Friendship, one of the most fundamental aspects of being human. For centuries, we've built our relationships through shared experiences, trust, and emotional support. But today, in the age of social media, has true friendship lost its value? Have likes, follows, and retweets replaced real human connection? Or has social media simply changed the way we define friendship? Let's take a deep dive into this question. To understand whether social media has devalued friendship, we first need to ask, what makes a friendship real? At its core, true friendship is built through repeated experiences, working together, facing challenges, celebrating victories, and providing emotional support. In the past, these bonds were formed in shared physical spaces, schools, workplaces, local communities. You spent time with the same people, built trust, and over time, some of these connections evolved into lifelong friendships. Before the internet, our social circles were defined by physical proximity. If you could speak to someone and hear their response, they were within your social world. Anyone outside that range? Not your friend. At least, not in a way that could meaningfully affect your daily life. But then, everything changed with the rise of social media. Social media bridged physical distance, allowing us to connect instantly with people across the world. At first, this seemed like an incredible expansion of our social circles. We could now keep in touch with childhood friends, stay updated on distant relatives, and even form connections with like-minded strangers. But there's a catch. Social media operates on two levels. The public stage platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram encourage users to share updates with a vast audience. But instead of deepening friendships, these platforms often turn into performance spaces. People carefully curate their lives, presenting idealized versions of themselves. Flawless vacations, perfect relationships, amazing meals. The result? An environment where we're all shouting to be heard, but not necessarily listening. The private sphere messaging apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, and Messenger offer more intimate conversations. Here, friendships can continue on a personal level, much like real-life interactions. These digital spaces replicate traditional friendships more closely, allowing for real conversations, emotional support, and personal bonding. The problem? Many people never progress beyond the shouting phase. They scroll endlessly, comparing their real lives to the carefully crafted highlights of others. Instead of feeling connected, they feel isolated, as if their own experiences don't measure up. With the rise of social media, a new challenge has emerged: the illusion of connection. Having 500 friends on Facebook or 10,000 followers on Instagram doesn't mean you have deep, meaningful relationships. Studies show that despite an increase in digital interactions, feelings of loneliness and social isolation have actually grown. Why? Because true friendship requires more than just interaction. It requires investment. Social media makes interactions effortless, but friendships demand effort. Liking a post is easy. Being there for someone when they're struggling is harder. And then, there's the darker side. Platforms like OnlyFans, where people can purchase simulated intimacy. Instead of forming real connections, some people pay for the illusion of physical closeness, bypassing the emotional risks and effort that come with real human relationships. These transactional interactions highlight a growing concern. Are we replacing deep, authentic bonds with convenient, surface-level interactions? But before we blame social media entirely, let's consider another perspective. Many friendships have thrived thanks to social media. Online gaming communities, for example, have created deep bonds between players who strategize, compete, and support each other in virtual worlds. For some, especially those with disabilities or social anxiety, online spaces provide opportunities to form friendships that might not have been possible otherwise. Social media also allows friendships to persist over time and distance. Friends who move away no longer lose touch. We can check in with loved ones instantly, even across continents. Used correctly, social media can strengthen friendships rather than weaken them. So, has social media devalued friendship? Or have we simply forgotten how to use it effectively? The truth is, social media doesn't determine the value of friendship. We do. Platforms like Twitter and Instagram may not foster deep connections, but that doesn't mean friendships are impossible in the digital age. The global COVID-19 pandemic tested this theory. For more than a year, people relied on social media to stay connected. And yet, as soon as lockdowns lifted, what did people do? They rushed to meet their friends in person. We craved real human interaction, not just likes and comments, but eye contact, laughter, and shared experiences. This proves one thing. Despite all the digital noise, true friendship remains unchanged. It still requires time, trust, and mutual effort. The medium may evolve, but the essence of friendship stays the same. So, has social media devalued true friendship? Not necessarily. It has changed the way we connect, but it hasn't erased the fundamentals of human relationships. The real question isn't whether social media has made friendships weaker, it's whether we as individuals are using it wisely. Are we mistaking online engagement for real friendship? Are we stuck in the shouting phase, or are we investing in meaningful connections? At the end of the day, friendship is a choice. And whether it happens online or in person, its true value lies in the effort we put into it. What do you think? Has social media strengthened or weakened your friendships? Let's continue the conversation in the comments.